Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with one of the best 140 pounders out there, Kenneth Bossman Sims. First and foremost, how's training camp? How's
What's
everything
up?
going?
Everything good. Sparred today, feeling great. Been working hard, Same as always. Ready to go in there and do my thing.
For a lot of
Got to
people who
over
don't,
there first. But
oh, I'm sorry, what would you say?
I said this time is a little different. I got to fly over there first, but ready.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to segue for people who don't know. November 16th, you're going to be taking on Oscar Duarte in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season. Uh, Very credible opponent. I know that once he kind of hit the scene, a lot of people didn't really know. And then he fought Ryan Garcia, gave him a lot to handle. And then after that, became essentially the first person to legitimately stop Jojo Diaz in his tracks. So, what made you want to go and fight Oscar Duarte and continue this path to a championship fight?
I mean, honestly, I thought I was gonna fight him anyway, just because he's a Golden Boy. So, like when I signed, he was like on my radar.
Mhm.
Me and Coach K talked about like if we thought they were gonna maybe offer him to us for my first fight with Golden Boy. So we were prepared for that for him if it came down to it. So there's not really a surprise about me like fighting him. So after the last fight, maybe 2 weeks had passed, and then they just was like, "Okay, would you fight Duarte in Saudi?" And we just jumped right on it right away. It was yeah. So
How do you like the activity that Golden Boy has you going on? Because I know before, it was right after you beat Alves Rodriguez,
mhm.
you became kind of like this boogeyman. And then you had to go to the trenches and fight guys like Akhmadov, right? And still was like the boogeyman, right? People weren't really jumping for Kenneth Sims, so you did your
Yeah.
eliminator. Now it's your second title eliminator, right?
Mm-hmm. I love the activity. I haven't had that in a while since I was like a pup, like just turned pro. So this is my quickest like turnaround in a long time. So it felt good just getting right back in the camp, right back in the training. I don't gotta like trick my mind to get like back into the mode of training camp mode because I just finished. So I'm really just kind of it just rolled over. So the activity thing, that was my main thing when I signed with Golden Boy. I wanted to be active. I wanted to be active because I know like if I'm active, I'm sharp. Just as far as still like with training, if I'm active, I'm sharp. So
Mhm.
I expect to be at my best next month.
A win against Oscar Duarte has to get you, a world title shot, right? And before I
I
get
hope
to,
so. I hope so. It's boxing. You don't know. I think it's a final eliminator this time. So hopefully, but it's boxing. You never know what's gonna happen.
by all means, before the world title shot opportunity comes, what do you think of Oscar Duarte as an opponent? Do you think he's
Oh, he's tough.
mhm.
Good fighter. Good fighter. Tough, strong, durable. He you can tell he doesn't he has no quit in him. So I expect a tough guy to come fight night. I expect him to come with everything he has. But what he has is not enough. He's a tough guy. He's been there with some credible guys, but he's never been in there with anybody like me. Yeah, so I don't think he's ever seen anything like me. Because I'm a unique. I feel like I'm a unique case when it comes to the sport. I could do a little bit of everything. Uh, and with him, I ain't gonna say he's a little one dimensional, but I know what to expect.
Mhm.
So my job is to go in there and stay focused and stick to a game plan. And if it goes 12 rounds, then just stick to my game plan. Stay focused, stay disciplined for 12 rounds. If it don't go 12 rounds, then I can some way find a way to get him out of there, then so be it. But I'm prepared to go 12 rounds and just get the dub.
You think you'll be able to introduce the proper shoulder roll against them? You think you would do a better shoulder roll than what Ryan did, or the back roll?
I mean, I ain't the I'll do it, but I ain't really the shoulder roll type of guy. I'm more I stick to the basics of the sport. I'll do it just because I got the reflexes and the time to do it, but I ain't really that's not one of my go-to moves. If I see the opportunity to do it, I'll do it. But Ryan shoulder roll gave him hell, so I don't know.
I mean, it was some defense to a degree, right? He completely like used some of it,
Yeah, he
and
just turned it. I mean, he turned his back. So I don't really. Let me ask you this: do you think the ref should warn him when he does that?
of course, of
Okay, all
course.
right. That's all I was. That's what I think too. So
It,
if you look at it like
go
that,
ahead.
if you look at it that way, then Ryan was doing an illegal tactic to get an upper hand. You feel me? So can you say that's a shoulder roll if it's illegal? Because you
It's a
can't turn your
back.
back.
It's a back row then, right? So
Yeah. So I feel like he should get warned by the ref.
that's fair, 100%. Get past Oscar Duarte. Politics actually helps in your favor. You get, the world title shot, but it's probably going to be between Ryo and Pitbull because they got that rematch clause, right? So, who do you see winning the rematch? And if that person aligns, who would you rather actually face?
Mm, well, see winning a rematch. I thought Pitbull was going to win the first fight. Ryo surprised me with his boxing ability. I never seen him do that, so I didn't think he could do that. But who I think will win a rematch? I think Pitbull could win. He just got to make some little small tweaks. Because he kept doing the same thing over and over. So Rayo Brown knew exactly what he's going to do the whole night. He's just going to walk forward with his hands up, the hook, throw overhand, throw some shots to the body, come back with overhand. So it all depends on the adjustments that Pitbull makes. And if he don't make no adjustments, then it'll probably be the same exact fight that happened from the first time.
So if no adjustments happen, do you see yourself then having a competitive, fun fight with Ryo, or would it have been more fun to face Pitbull? By all means.
Mm, fun. I think they both like present like fun, like for me, just in different ways. Like with Ryo, I guess he could change it up a little bit. So I don't know. I would have to like gauge when I get in there what he expecting and what I'm expecting. So it'll kind of be like I won't say a chess match in the beginning because I would have to see what he bringing to the table. And then with Pitbull, that's just fun because I know exactly what he gonna do. He's gonna come and I'm gonna have to find a way to negate that.
You don't think Ryo, because I know Ryo boxed Pitbull essentially because the shorter man coming at
Yeah,
him.
but he don't usually do that.
Correct. So do you feel like if he faces you, and not giving away game plans and things like that, there's a possibility that Ryo wouldn't be boxing you and he would have to come get you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that would be fun. Just game plans, seeing how game plans plan out and adjustments during the fight, which is always fun.
In which Oscar Duarte is a great opponent to get you, busy,
Yeah, for
active, and
Pit,
ready.
if it just so happened to be Pitbull, then the Oscar Duarte sparred Ryo for Pitbull. So
Mhm.
because they kept bringing it up during the broadcast that he was sparring with Duarte. So hey, maybe they sparring with each other to get him ready for me, but it don't matter. It ain't gonna help him.
Yeah. If any predictions, by all means. I know that it happens if it happens, but do you think, based off Oscar coming towards you pretty often, creates an opportunity for maybe a stoppage?
Maybe, possibly, because I'm sharp. It's like the Augmedo fight. Everybody always say like Kenny Sims don't got no power, blah blah blah. But the Almeida fight, it was the ninth round. I heard him, so I carried some power late into that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think they look at my record and like my knockout numbers, and I think they mistakenly say like I can't punch. Like I said, always this is starting with the Rodriguez fight was kind of like a tweak. I'm not the same fighter I was my first however many fights. I was still fighting like an amateur pretty much the fights before that. And then we got with Coach K, and now I work on the professional part of the game. So I like say if I had been working with Coach K and me and my dad working with Coach K and they like coming together and we were doing that from the beginning of my career, I am 100% certain that I would have many more knockouts on my record. So saying I can't punch, I don't really care. Get in there and see. Then and everybody can punch an 8-ounce gloves. So, but I expect to put some hurt on him. He not. I don't think you can just say, "Oh, he gonna come in and I'm gonna be on the move." You know, that's what everybody expected with the Almeida. But
Mm-hmm.
like I boxed, but I wasn't running. So that's never been my thing. Running. I like to get there and I like to fight. So that always been my problem, honestly. Like my people, I guess it's fitting for Latino night because everybody always used to tell me when I was younger, like, why you always fighting like a Mexican?
I mean, it could also, potentially be. I feel like a little similarity with you and Terrence in that sense, right? I'm assuming that you both could box, right?
Yeah,
You guys shown in their fights, but then sometimes maybe you should box, but you want to whoop some ass, and then you
yeah,
kind of get
yeah. It's just a mental thing, but I'm going in there focused. I got a game plan that I'm gonna put in effect. Been working on it, so just be looking for some special.
awesome. Well, my last couple of questions is, the division has completely changed up, right? Ryan can't make 140 allegedly. Um, Matias is no longer the champion. Now we got Paro versus Richardson Hitchens for the world title. Devin no
Mhm.
longer has the WBC. It's Puello. So, and then now it's Ryo, which is not Pitbull, and Tito's still there, right? But with the whole entire landscape, do you see yourself facing one of these guys before a shift happens for unification, or do you see it kind of resetting? You know,
Mm. Well, let's see. Think about it. You never know because it's been for the last like 2 years, it's just been all over the place. So anything can happen,
yeah,
especially at this weight class because everybody is right. There's a lot of guys, a lot of good guys at 140, and just the smallest mistake can change the whole division. So you never know. So I don't really know who I could be expected to fight for a title, but whoever it is, I'll be ready.
awesome. There is a title fight that's happening. You sparred Gervonta, and Gervonta is going to be facing another world champion, Lamont Roach.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine. Yeah, I ain't. Yeah,
is
it's
that
gonna be
you
one of
pleading the
those.
fifth? Is
Yeah, it's one
that?
because
I don't.
Lamont, like my boy. That's my dog. Like me and Lamont, we've been cool since the amateurs. Like we fought each other. Like we fought each other in the amateurs, right? But we were texting each other the day before the fight. Like he was texting me saying he was gonna win, and then after the fight, we fought in the semifinals at nationals. I won, and he texted me. He like, "Yo, I really thought I was gonna whoop your ass." Then in the finals, I'm fighting, and then after I win, I go get my phone and I see he was texting me during the fight, like giving me instructions through my text message. Like, so Lamont, that's my boy. Like Tank, I'm cool with Tank too. So I ain't.
Well, okay,
But if I had
maybe.
to, I ain't gonna pick a winner I won't pick a winner,
Okay.
but I'll be rooting for Lamont just because me and him like we kind of tight.
Well, then maybe like a safer question, right? Because we played the fifth, we ain't picking anything. But if there was a way that Tink would win, and if there was a way for Lamont to win, right? If you were going to look at their strengths and their pros, right? For fight fans are watching, what should they be looking for Lamont to do if he could, to successfully beat Tank? And then what would you be watching Tank to do to successfully beat, Lamont?
Hmm. I don't know because I ain't been in there with Lamont in a long time, so I don't really don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, Lamont's a counterpuncher. Tank's kind of a counterpuncher too. So I think one of them gonna have to come out of their comfort zone to
Yeah.
get the other one to open because they both like to counter. Like Tank don't really throw a lot of punches until like late in the fight. Like everybody say Tank don't like he'll start slow, but as the fight goes, he gonna pick it up. Then he get busy. And Lamont's a counterpuncher. So I don't know. Like we gotta see. Like I seen them fight in the amateurs, but this professional. So like the amateurs not gonna look like because in the amateurs, Lamont really was just walking towards Tank and Tank was boxing. But I
Really?
don't think that's yeah. It's on YouTube. Like Tank was boxing, like moving, turning, but just the pros, I don't think that's how. So I don't know.
Some people might think that might be the fight in the pros, but the other way around, potentially, right? Tank the bigger man, maybe trying to walk down
Yeah, yeah.
Lamont.
Some people would think that Tank would try to walk Lamont down. Lamont would have to box. So I don't know. It's a good. I seen people complaining about it. I think it's a good fight though.
Yeah.
I think it's
Might,
like Lamont's a skilled guy, and he's gotten better. Like I see people keep talking about the Jamel Herring fight. Like it's not possible for somebody to improve, and Lamont's improved a lot since then. So
mhm. I mean, Jamel went on to knock out Carl Frampton. So, I mean, it's
yeah,
definitely,
right after, like I don't know. It's just the internet. People gonna say what they're gonna say.
yeah,
They are people
absolutely.
never happy, so you can't never win. People they never happy. So
100%. Well, look, my last question before I let you go. I'm assuming you're a Bears fan since you're from Chicago. If so,
I'm Chicago.
are you happy with your team so far? You been watching
I
some
don't
of
really
the
know nothing about football. I don't watch football. I watch
Word?
basketball, but I'm happy they winning. I'm
Okay,
happy
so
they
you're a
winning
Bulls
because
fan.
I'm a Bulls fan for sure.
Oh, okay, so you've been struggling for a minute like me then.
Yeah, I mean, watch. Oh yeah, my outfit for the fight. Anybody from that's from Chicago, they're gonna love it. Got some like a little shout out to the city of Chicago.
Okay, okay. That was a little sneak peek. We don't give too much. You got to watch November 16th, right? You got to tune in.
Yeah,
All right. Well, look,
but yeah, Chicago sports not really ain't been too good. I expect the Bulls to suck again this year. Hopefully, hopefully they surprise me. But we lost DeMar DeRozan, so
I know. So there was that one year where it was like they were
we
ranked
got to.
number one, right? They were ranked number one, and it looked like we were
Oh
gonna at
yeah, then
least
Lonzo
get to the
Ball got
playoffs.
hurt.
Yeah.
Then Alonzo got hurt. He's supposed to play Wednesday for the first time since then.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
Well, look, for the fight fans who will be tuning in this interview, what would you like to tell them right before they watch your fight, November 16th on DAZN against Oscar Duarte and Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season? What would you like to let them know?
November 16th, just tune in. I'm always in a great fight, no matter if it's one sided, which I plan on this fight being one sided. But just tune in. It's gonna be exciting.